What's up, YouTube? So today I'm just basically going to be making a quick guide video on the prisoner's counters, not like a guide on how to play him. Like if you want to learn how to play him, you could just, you know, play him and learn. He's pretty basic for the most for the most point. He doesn't have that much to him. Over time you'll learn how to play him. I more so just want to talk about his counters because a lot of people act like he doesn't have any counters and that he's really OP. And the main thing about him is his chase and his up close is really bad. He only has the hook going for him. First things first, there's a lot of stuff like this down here in the game where you can just loop around it forever and you basically can like never catch him. Can never catch them because your ground pound takes too long to proc up. By the time you use it, they're on the other side. And this, for some reason, this like tree right here is like invincible. Even if you're like looping around this and you try to hook them, it like doesn't really work. It's very hard, and as long as you don't screw up as a survivor, you can basically just loop this thing forever. So that's first things first, and that's not the only thing like that in the game against prisoner that you can use. Like this one right here works where you can do that basically. This one right here works as long as you loop it wide. Sorry, this one right here works as long as you loop it wide. As you can tell, you can literally just do this for a while, especially if he doesn't have his hookup. If he does have his hookup, you can kind of bait and like try to get a hook in like that. Which is why sorry, so a lot of people say like he shouldn't be able to hook through things, and that's my argument, is that he should, because there's a lot of stuff like this in the game where you literally can't get a hit unless you have a hook. Another thing is, another tip I could say is don't ever wait at pots like these, or don't ever wait at vents either. So a lot of people wait at these vents because they know you're basically invincible. So they literally wait for the killer to come all the way up to the thing and then they hop in. But with prisoner, you can literally hook through this. As you can tell, like the crosshair is red. You can literally just hook through it every time, like every single time, which I just found out yesterday. Another thing is, don't sit by these holes because he could literally just melee and hit you like every time. Another thing is, yeah, you can't hook over this, by the way. People think you can, but you can't. Literally can't. Doesn't work. There's too much like deep space in between. Also, if you're on this map, don't do the ritual down here, because the prisoner could literally just go right here, hook them, and do a combo. So basically you hook them, melee, they fall into the water, so they also get fall damage, and they're stuck in the swamp and they're slowed for a while. So it's a very disgusting combo. So what I like to do is kind of ignore this ritual for a while. And yeah, another thing is, you can constantly bait out his melees over and over and over again because it's such a bad melee. Just like he's doing, you could literally just, they could pretend to walk towards you and then walk away, and you kind of have to like guess when to melee, just like that. And it's so hard. And even if you get them like on the edge of the stun or whatever, they'll still be too far for you to even hit them. So it's really bad. Also, you can always get a free stun on this killer no matter what. Even if he gets a hit, since the animation is so long, you get a free stun. Also, if they go to stun you right before you melee, then you get stunned too, and your melee doesn't even come out. So basically, you can always get stunned. You can bait this killer over and over again and mind game them. You have these loops that you can run around forever, infinitely, and it's really hard for them to do anything, especially if they don't have hookup. And his only basically strength is like being stealth and coming out of stealth and hooking people quick before they can react. I didn't mean to do that, but, and that's it. A lot of people don't like the fact that, you know, you get hooked basically out of nowhere and you can't really react. But I feel like that's just part of the game. He has 100% stealth for a reason. I feel like you should be scared doing rituals. You shouldn't always be completely safe. If you're always safe doing rituals and you can always see the Spectre coming, especially Prisoner, then he's just gonna be really bad. He's gonna be awful. Like really bad. Another thing, syringes are okay to use early against this killer, because it only takes 3 hits to down you. So using a syringe early is not a bad idea. Also, don't do rituals out in the open. Even if come over here real quick, Keem. Even if he's all the way across the bridge over here doing this ritual, I can literally, as soon as I get around this corner, or if I'm in Viz, I can literally like hook him across this entire thing. And I'm not gonna do it because it melees automatically and I don't want to, you know, kill him, but I can literally hook him all the way across this. So you don't want to do rituals out in the open. You basically just don't want to do stuff out in the open when you're stationary, except like rituals, obviously you kind of have to, but just like every other killer, you want to try to get as many rituals up as possible, so he can't just, you know, like if you're on Swamp and you only do this ritual down here, he can basically just camp this all game and just get free hooks, so you don't want to do that. But yeah, so the main thing is just bait out these ground pounds all the time. By the time he slams down and does the animation, you can literally be far away from him. So just constantly bait them out. Hooks are really wonky, so the hooks don't go exactly where the crosshairs are at. So for instance, if I'm like walking like this and I'm trying to hook over here, the hooks are gonna like, they're not gonna go exactly where you're aiming. They're kind of gonna go where the player model is like aiming, like whatever he's like facing towards. Yeah, I think that's mainly it. You think I got everything, Keem?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, this killer has a lot of chase counters. He's like extremely weak. He's extremely slow. You have to try to mind game with your ground pound, and most of the time you just get mind gamed. And if you don't have your hook up, then it's kind of just, you know, GG's. And also, even in chases, it's hard to hit your hook. So he's really only powerful when he comes out of invis and hooks, which honestly could be nerfed a little bit, maybe. Like maybe the cooldowns are too slow, too fast. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions about the way this killer works or anything like that, I put a lot of time into him, so feel free to like leave a comment or whatever. And yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. How much health do you have?
I have a lot of health.
Holy
a lot of health.
Shit! What? I don't even know where you went.
I do.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow, I wanted a hug.